Even though I always encourage you guys to grow as many varieties of plants as possible, because each type of plant would produce its own set of nutrients for you to benefit from. However, if you guys want to say, well, ask me to choose just one single leafy green to grow, I highly recommend that you consider growing leafy greens like collard trees, because collards, as you can see, grows abundance. You saw that I just pruned. That was like one plant that basically looks like a tree. If you let it branch out, it's gonna be able to take over your corner or that whole spot, looking kind of like a jungle or a forest, if you will. And it just grows year round. One tree or one plant is more than enough for me and my family to eat. The bigger the plant gets, the faster it's going to grow, because more leaves and branches going to be able to absorb more sun, and it's just going to keep growing faster. It's kind of like a snowball effect. So I really love collard greens. There's many types of usage for it, and you know, places like here, I'm in zone 10, we have mild winters, so it just keeps growing. The great thing about collards and kale is that, you know, they tolerate the heat pretty well and the cold. So even places that snow over, a lot of those places can handle growing things like kale or collards. Collards also taste sweeter when the season is colder. You can, you can cook them up to eat. You can, dice them, slice them thinly, put in salads and soups. You can juice them. What I really love to do is juice them or put them in smoothies. Or because I harvest a bunch of these, I can make some chips with it. If you heard of or had kale chips, you should try some collard chips, because they are so good too. The thing I really enjoy about growing my friend's variety of collard tree is that it kind of just props itself up better than the traditional collard trees. It doesn't branch out super lanky. As you can see, one plant can somewhat hold itself up, but if you give it a little extra support just by putting a stake down, it actually props it up quite nicely compared to the regular collard tree, which is the one I just pruned. So I've seen, like he grows these in like a 15-gallon pot, and it propped up itself without any stake at all, and it just looks so beautiful. The beautiful like purple stems here, and the thing about these kinds is that sometimes when it flowers a little bit, that bud actually looks like a sprouted or like a Chinese broccoli. And so they're really good in stir fries. I cannot wait to get this tree, or a plant, I keep calling it a tree, it does have potential to be one. I can't wait for it to get bigger so I get to pick them. Some birds migrating. I can't wait for more of these so I can pick it and make a stir fry, because that's what I do when I go pick it at my friend's house. Those stir fries are great. Anyway, I want to try this out to show you guys the difference. Woo! Here is one of the regular tree collards, and here is the one from my friends. This is that special variety. You can see that this one has a much thinner texture. It's much thinner than this one. This one's a little more chewy, more tough. And I've picked leaves that are about equal size, so it has more of like a fair contest, I guess. You can see if I ate this one. There's just so much to chew. So I think the common variety is best to be in smoothies and juices, or cook it so it softens up a bit. It won't be so tough. Or it's great to use as a wrap as well. However, this one seems to be a lot more enjoyable to eat, especially eating it raw or in salads, because it's thinner. I'm still chewing on that one. Hold on. It just seems like there's so much more fiber in that one. So here's a special variety. You can see, oh my god, it's so tender. It's like eating a really young leaf. I can even eat the stem. Really good flavor. Yeah, it's a much more pleasant experience because I'm not really working that hard to chew it up. Now let's talk a little bit about how to grow these. Tree collards actually not very picky at all. It is definitely one of the a lot more hardier leafy greens out there to grow. They can grow in full sun or part shade or part sun. They're not very picky, but the more sun you give it, it definitely would grow faster. This one here is actually not getting that much sun until it reaches like 6 or 7 feet tall. Otherwise, I have another one that's actually a green collard tree. It's growing in the patio space, pushing about 7 feet tall, I'd say. So yeah, this is the purple variety. I've planted in the front here. I thought it gives it more beauty with the colors. Also, you know, with purple, it's that anthocyanin that you get that helps with protecting you from cancer. It's just a really lovely, you know, looking like ornamental too. So I think it's really cool that you might be able to, you know, get away from growing in the front yard, especially with more unique varieties when people don't know what it is. Plants like kale or collard greens are pretty easy to propagate. These sticks can turn into a plant, so you just plant this in a pot and slowly let it root, and you'll get a whole new plant. So it's really easy to make cuttings with these. You just cut it like at a slant and stick it in soil. What I really love about the purple collards is that it has a little bit of like an onion kind of smell. It's that sulfur that you get in a lot of cruciferous vegetables. Propagating them through cuttings would be a lot faster to grow, especially, compared to growing from seed. And especially with more, you know, newer varieties, they may not come true from seed. That part you would have to test out to find out. So if you guys are interested in growing, you know, this unique variety of collard greens along with me, go check out my website. I got my friend to be able to propagate some of these to share with you guys, so be sure to check it out. I'll leave the link down below in the description box. I'm gonna go make some chips. If you want to make it look prettier, you can actually just use a knife and score around the stem, this purple area, this V shape like that. But for me, I'm just gonna do this. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's all gonna, you know, turn into chips, so it's not a big deal to me. And then the stem, I can just save it to chop it up and put it through the juicer. Just the stem part, not the branch. This is way too firm. So let's try this out, make some chips, see what the difference is. The next one I'm going to use a different colander just to not mix them up, but I'm sure you can tell the difference anyway, right? I mean, they both look pretty different. This one has a lot more ruffles. purple ruffle one has like a softer crispiness to it, kind of like a roasted seaweed. This is a regular tree colored. It has a more chewy texture when you eat it raw. And it's because it's thicker, so when you eat it as a chip, it actually has a more of like a regular corn tortilla chip kind of a texture. Can you ever get enough of chips? Alrighty guys, thank you so much for joining me out here today talking about this amazing leafy green. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you have not. And follow me on Facebook or Instagram, where I do some instant updates of my life and what I'm growing, what I'm doing, that happens in real time that you don't get to see on this channel. And if you would like to support my work, I really would appreciate it. Please go check out my website at wendyland.com. I'll leave the links of everything that I just mentioned in this video in the description box below. Thanks guys, take care, stay safe, and I shall see you soon. Bye.